Another kid scouted by the Nomad Network went down to the NFL Combine and popped like Orville Redenbacher. Let's get it cracking. Yo, 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 no maniacs, super no maniacs, and all in between. Welcome to another edition of Feed the Bears. While I do my job to do what? Feed who? You, the Bears. All the content that I can give you guys every day. And this is one of the treats of this off season, watching film, and all this film work really pays off, for me, in all kinds of different ways. When I do shows, when we do podcasts, when I do these videos and things like that, to really isolate and solo out some of the guys we've been scouting all off season. And early on in the process, looking at tackles, this guy popped up on the radar along with several other guys. And man, it is this kid's a real treat to watch on film because number one, I know this. He's not limited. He's not limited. Now, what you will see on tape, if you go and look at the tape, you will see mostly right tackle reps. And by the way, I'm just moving a little bit too fast. This is Armand Membou, right tackle from Missouri. And so this guy really, really right away, one of the tapes that really show out and just pop off at you right away when you turn it on. Number one, Missouri had a really strong offensive line. They were, I think, semifinalists in the Joe Moore offensive line. As a unit, that's a prestigious award, for offensive line groups in college, and they were semifinalists in it. There's a couple of other guys that I mentioned that were semifinalists in that award category as well. Some other guys we're going to talk about later, but Armand Membou, what a football player right here. Strong athlete. And apparently, I did turn on some tape. I turned on YouTube and looked at his 40 time, and it didn't surprise me, but it's still amazing at the same time. The guy ran a 4.9, and so he's listed somewhere in the neighborhood. And I don't know what he weighed when he went down to the combine. That always fluctuates when they go and do tests down there in Indianapolis. They have to get down to a certain weight so they can run, at a certain speed. So I think he was listed somewhere in the neighborhood of 335, 339 pounds playing weight. While he was at Missouri, 6'4", he's a humongous kid with long arms. Not so long arms so where they're like overwhelmingly long, but he's got long enough arms. But here's what's intriguing about him. I do believe in that. I have nothing to really go by to tell you that I saw him play guard, or I seen him take a few reps here and there at left tackle. That's the only thing that I can really go by. But I do believe traits-wise, he's got everything you need to kick him inside the guard if you want to do that. But if you want to, kind of shape him into a left tackle, he's got every bit of the characteristics to do it. Pretty raw. He's pretty raw, so he's got a ways to go as far as refining his skill set. But Armand Membou is an absolute piece of clay that any coach, particularly these coaches in Chicago, have to be looking at his film and saying, you know what? If we can figure out when and where to get this kid, this is why I keep saying that we don't have to reach for a tackle in the draft. I know the top end of the draft is pretty heavy, pretty stout. You got the Will Campbells and Kelvin Banks and those guys, but I don't believe that we need to reach in order to get what we need in this draft. But let me give you a little bit of his background. Armand Membou is the son of Cameroon parents. Those are African people, and they're from Missouri. They're U.S. citizens. They live in Missouri, and he didn't go far. He went to the University of Missouri, so he kind of stayed home. But this cat got on the field as a freshman late in the season, and I don't think he just never looked back after that. He just grew and grew and grew in more ways than one. He got bigger, stronger, faster, but he grew as a player the whole time while he was there. But he really solidified his place on the right side of that offensive line. I know some people might be like, no, man, why are we looking at, right tackles? Well, because you look at the film and you're looking at, what he's presenting on film, great. But does it translate to the other side? Yes. When you go to the other side, there's another technique that you need to play, and it's not easy, per se. It's a work that any athletic football player can do. If the Bears are looking at him on film and really imagining what they could do with this kid, whether it be staying on the right side, maybe just not at tackle and kicking him in the guard, that would be the perfect situation for him. To be honest with you, you put him next to Darnell Wright, and you got two really, really athletic football players that can really get downfield and attack on the second and third level. I mean, it's very impressive watching this kid play some football. And so again, he got on the field as a freshman towards the end of the season, came back in the sophomore year and was really, really dominant, and it just really just picked up from there throughout the whole time while he was at Missouri. But it was impressive seeing that kid get on the field, and they knew he had the traits to really transform that offensive line, and he was the anchor to it. He was the anchor to why they were even in the semifinals to get that Joe Moore Award. And so this guy is really, really impressive. So I was happy that when I heard about I just did a show last night, and all the No Maniacs came in the show, and it was a lot of conversation about Armand Membou. I don't really care how he gets on you guys' radar, whether it's us over here at the network pointing them out during the show, you wait until you see him at the combine, and if that intrigues you enough to go look at film on Armand Membou, then do just that. I'm just glad you guys are checking him out and noticing him, man, because he was definitely on the radar. He's one of the very first. Anthony Belton from North Carolina State, guys like that we had on the board a long time ago, long before this combine even started. So he was there, and there's a short or two out there. If you go and look at the YouTube channel, you will see shorts out there from 2 or 3 months ago. And so I'm just glad that he got down at the combine and he turned some heads down there, because this guy's stock, I don't think he hurt or hindered his stock while he was down there. I just don't believe you do that. I think you turn a few more heads that may or may not have been talking about you while you're down there at the combine. But this guy's a sure enough stud, man. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for some grade A USDA beef that can really, really move. I mean, really move. Impressive athlete. I mean, absolutely impressive. The way he moves and that. And I heard somewhere that he's only carrying like 18% body fat. Man, I had 12% body fat, and I was never any bigger than 185 pounds. That is incredible. A guy this big only has 18% body fat. Don't know if that's true, but if that's true, that's incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. You got a stud on your hand if this guy is only carrying 18% body fat with this size, this girth. Are you kidding me? That was just something I thought was astounding. I heard about it. I'm going to go check it out and see for myself. But holy crap, man, what a physical phenomenal, man. You're a freak if you're that big and you're only boasting 18% body fat. Just for the record, you are a straight up athletic phenomenon if you only have 18% body fat. I don't know if people really get what I'm saying. A guy that big, that is incredible. I'm just saying. But that's what I got for this one, man. Several more of these kind of videos coming out, man. It's just so many of them that we've profiled over here and scouted out that really went down there and turned heads. You know, he's just one of them, man. There's several more that I'm gonna probably do and just kind of solo and isolate those guys and what they did. We're gonna do more of these, man, as many as I can. So I just appreciate you guys for being here. If you're new to the channel and you like this content coming out, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That's just one way of saying thank you to people that really work hard to get this content out there, and we do that over here. And I just want to say thank you again. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like, share it with your friends. But we got to get out of here. I'm gonna leave you with these famous words. If you can think it and you can see it, there's no reason in the world why you cannot absolutely manifest it. Do not, and I repeat, do not be a prisoner of your own mind. But with that being said, I am